Right. I'm going to try that when my wife gets home. It's a better economy, honey. I'm going to get divorced. Yeah.
I mean, are they saying that divorce creates a better economy because more divorced people?
I didn't read the story because our guest is going to be calling in here in just a minute. But
that's something, it's just one of them stupid things, man.
I mean,
we're kind of going all over the place tonight so far, man.
Yeah, like a drunk driver.
Yeah. Well, let me cover my eye. Show. Yeah, exactly. Let me cover my eye. That brings back memories right there.
No, we never went drinking and driving. No, we were good.
Never.
Lads. We were good lads.
And we do not endorse drinking and driving at all.
No. Drinking and driving the next day, that's fine.
Depends on how close the next day is.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to do this whacked out band names. I really.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear. I didn't get a chance to read the entire book. I've just heard bits and pieces of it, and I'm gonna purchase it this evening when we get done with the show or tomorrow. Because I know we're not going to get to go through all 100 of them or 101 plus. Nah. But just some of the ones that I've heard so far are just. It's so bizarre.
And we're going to be playing 3 of them for you. Three of the ones that, crazy name, but the music is actually really good.
And that's the thing, as I said, it's kind of hard to come up with a band name. And then the thing is, you'll try and come up with something catchy and funny, and a lot of times it doesn't come out that way to other people.
No.
You think it's funnier, and damn it.
Well, it would be like, it would be like making an inside joke, naming your band after an inside joke between you and the bass player or whatever.
And nobody knows. You're like, what's that mean? Oh, nothing. It's so funny, though.
Like,
okay.
Like, your band is sitting there in the bar, and, all of a sudden the announcer comes on and says, hey, coming up next we've got blah, and you hear crickets chirping, but you and the bass player are sitting there laughing your asses off.
Well, funny. Yeah, okay, thanks for playing.
All right, we've got our guest here, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we're gonna play a song from a band that he talks about in his book. That's Romeo Rodriguez, and the book's called Your Band Is Called What? With a big question mark at the end.
And this song is called What?
The band is called Haircuts That Kill. They're from Belgium, and the song is called Into Red Eyes. So take a listen to this.
I wonder if they lost something in translation there. Haircuts That Kill.
Well, the lyrics are in English. So, but we'll be right back. We'll be right back with Mr. Romeo Rodriguez.
Romeo.
All right, welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was Haircuts That Kill with Into Red Eyes. I like that.
Actually, the song was really good.
Yeah.
Music was awesome on that one.
And we've got our guest here with us, Mr. Romeo Rodriguez. How's it going, bud?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice to be here. Hey.
Thank you very much. They like you too.
Hey, the adoring masses finally come around.
That's right. Finally. So how are we making it, man? How's things going for you?
I'm sorry, one more time?
How's things going for you, man? How you making it today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm fighting this cold, but, other than that, I'm in a pretty good mood. I was listening to Haircuts That Kill, and nice guys from Belgium. And I sent them, I did everything myself, and they're one of the bands that I didn't lie to anybody. When they said, so what's the title of your book? There'd be a long silence of a couple of days before you hear back from people. It's your band is called what? And I'm like, they'd say, can you send us what you wrote? I'm like, no. But you know what? I did say nice things about you, and I did say that your music is really good. You just guys got a silly name is all. And they finally, they had a band meeting about it and said, okay, you can goof on us.
That's awesome, man. That must have been fun doing the research on a book like this, I don't even know I don't even know where you begin. I mean, with the internet nowadays, I guess it's kind of easier. But just to find some of this stuff.
I found this website I give them thanks in the very back, called Encyclopedia Metallum, which is metalarchives.net, and that's why there's so much metal in this book. But it looks like Volume 2, people are already asking for Volume 2, is going to have more new wave and other stuff. But, this one is very heavy on the metal. A lot of grindcore.
Yeah. Right, which there, you have to expect there's going to be people out there, especially with, the heavy sounds and the undertones and everything. You're going to find some of the better names in that kind of music anyway.
Oh, God. And, so much of the music is just really unlistenable.
Now I'm really starting to turn this into a science here as far as these pages for the show. I've already linked the Haircuts That Kill, and I just linked the Encyclopedia Metallum on this page. So I tell this to everybody. You already know this, but the show will stay there. It's archived, and you'll be able to use the show for whatever you want to. You can use it in promotions, whatever. So it's all there. But we're I just had a brain fart there.
It's okay. It's okay.
Let me catch up for you real quick. So when did you get the idea to write this book? How did this pop into your head, and where did it all come from?
Well, I started writing a couple years back. I used to write years and years ago, and I started writing again a few years ago. I guess around 2010, I started publishing again. And because I know a lot about music, it was easy for me to publish about music. And I started seeing all these really odd band names, and not like, Butthole Surfers is kind of tame compared to a lot of stuff I was seeing.
Right.
And so I just started, writing them down and kind of keeping a mental list. And I was having these conversations with, I know this guy, Shannonham. He's a really amazing guitar player. He was with Death, and he's still with Death on the reunion shows. He lives near me. And we talk on occasion, run into him, and it's always a good conversation about, can you believe this band is called? And then one day I was just like, you know what, I just ought to put this all together. And a lot of it just came from those really funny conversations, and I thought, let's put it all in one spot. And at least two people are going to think it's really, really funny.
Right. It's kind of cool. We've all, as musicians, you've been around, a music scene. You've always run into there's a couple bands out there that get some stranger names. There was one that was a reporter for a while called Bongwater Taffy, which is kind of, play on words, but still cool. The Scooby-Doos.
And then there was Dead German. I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Dead German Tourists.
Yep.
That was always a good one.
And what was it? The Glitter Hicks?
Glitter Hicks, which was Dead Serious's band after they folded. And Peter Tosh, which was literally meant...
But you went and you found these that are above and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just... You know what? At some point, I needed to use hand sanitizer. I felt kind of foul.
Just writing them down felt bad, didn't it?
Oh, I mean, there was just so much of it. And some of it was just, like, so above the board, just like, really, guys? You're not even trying. This is you're just trying to be gross.
That's like hanging out with your friends and everybody's telling a joke, and that one person tells them one joke that's just so overboard that everybody's just like, oh, really? Come on now.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I like horror movies. You're never going to catch me in the mood to watch 30 horror movies in a row, and that's kind of what it felt like.
That's beautiful.
Now,
at some point it's too much.
One thing that you talk about a lot in the book is these these grindcore satanic bands with these pointy letter logos. Now, what is up with that? Do you have any idea what the hell is up with that? Why they all I'm not going to say all, but a good 90% of them do this.
I'm not exactly sure why they do it. I mean, I can see the evolution of pointy letters, and like anything else, somebody just does one more, and then somebody's just like, oh, that's illegible. I like it. Nobody knows what I'm saying. But at the point that you can't read a logo anymore, what's the point of a logo?
Yeah.
It's like...
back in the day when we were all younger men and you were putting patches on your jacket, it looks like a dirt stain. You've gone too far.
Yep.
Yeah. There's got to be some civilization there of, that someone can make out here.
One of the Brazilian death metal bands won an award for most unreadable logo of the week.
That's beautiful.
Hey, if you're going to, I'd rather have most unreadable than just second or third.
Exactly. You're like, what's the point there?
Exactly.
So, what were some of your favorites out of this book?
Okay, like one that you just... Okay, Super Heavy Goat Ass. Was from Austin, Texas. And they were like a really good Second City Black Sabbath. Think of Master Reality. Excuse me. That era Black Sabbath. And it's just a lot of fun. Go ahead, say it.
Super Heavy Goat Ass. Where does that come from? When are you sitting there with your buddies in the fucking bedroom and you're playing and be like, I got a name for the band. What is it? Super Heavy Goat Ass. And everybody's like, that's it. We're ready.
That's it. And you just can't stop saying it. You just can't stop saying it. I said, and it's a shame they're not still together. I think they put out one full length and one EP, and they're just really, really good. I couldn't find any way to contact them, but really, like I said, some of the best Sabbath type metal I've heard in a long time.
When the clubs can't put your name on the billboard because they'll get fined for vulgarity here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Elevator Death Squad. Okay, they're not really on my favorite list. Those words just sound good together. But I like that they have to put on their Facebook page that Elevator Death Squad is a metal band. It's like, really? What are we going to confuse you with? Phil Collins tribute band?
Exactly.
Backstreet Boys band? Really?
Oh, mercy. Elevator Death Squad. And that one's not even that bad. That one sounds okay.
Yeah, the music is okay.
That'd be fun to watch right there. Like, all right, you murdered 10 people, in the elevator you go. Cut the cables.
There you go. But I think one of my favorites is Zombies Ate My Girlfriend. They're from South Africa. They're a little more technical than some of the other bands.
Yes. Which one, in your opinion, or what sticks out to you as the most disturbing one you've heard?
Band name? Jeez. Like there's a couple I just wouldn't put in the book because it's like I'm not going to give you any press.
Yeah.
What's that?
I understand that.
Yeah. But in the book...
And to put it in perspective...
Go ahead.
To put it in perspective about what he would put in the book versus what he wouldn't, just to give you a perspective on how bad these names must be, there's a band called Unholy Death Cunt in the book.
That seems very nice.
I just see this gaping hole with teeth like a Venus flytrap right there.
Well,
the guys in Unholy Death Cunt were very, very polite.
I'm sure they were, you know.
So
they're British. They can't help but be polite.
As they're bludgeoning you with a battle axe, they're gonna be talking,
I'm really
very polite about it.
Let's see. Aborted Hitler Cock was one of the ones that was that just kind of sticks out for a lot of reasons. And I think one of my favorite things about Aborted Hitler Cock was the Aborted Hitler Cock merchandise. You can get, besides an Aborted Hitler Cock CD and T-shirt, you can get Aborted Hitler Cock thong panties. So
you just gotta love it. Aborted
so what
Hitler
girl doesn't want to be seen wearing that before she gets down to business?
Nice.
Okay, well,
prostitute dismemberment or disfigurement, they're from the Netherlands. They're actually popular. I don't know why. Hail Satan, which to me just seems a little obvious. They're from Australia. Exactly. And there were 3 bands called Hail Satan, so finding them was kind of hard. And the funny thing about the second band I found called Hail Satan was they had a guitar player, which I thought that was pretty evil in and of itself.
Well, they sound pretty evil.
Yeah.
So you're doing a minor chord on one of those. Oh, I'm thinking sitar. Never mind.
No, guitar. The keyboard that you wear around your neck?
Yeah, I was thinking sitar, like at the beginning of Wherever I May Roam by Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
But, the guitar.
Anybody who watched MTV in the beginning era knows exactly what a guitar is, right? There's what all those, funky, I don't even know what kind of music you call it, the new wave kind of bands. They always had a guy over there, wearing some strange glasses playing a piano on his shoulder. So.
Yep.
Oh, and speaking of Devo,
then there's Carnivorous Vagina from Italy. I thought that's a really memorable name.
It is. Carnivorous Vagina.
Who doesn't want that on a T-shirt?
I'd walk around with that. But vagina is my favorite word. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, okay, the one that everybody repeats, it's like an involuntary reflex. And I'm going to double dog dare you to try to not say it.
Okay.
Like my favorite cashier is this really sweet lady that works, she's about 51, and I was talking to her about the book, and I mentioned this to her very quietly, and she couldn't help but repeat it, so everybody says it. Pocket pussy hash pipe.
Oh, you got me. And I was even trying not to, but you got me.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
When the show's over, I'm going to say it so nobody else can hear me. That is awesome right there.
Yeah.
But you just want to seep into the minds of these people.
And that band never recorded anything. They never released anything. And I tracked down the guitar player, and he goes, "Hey, don't you want to write about my new band?" I'm like, No, not really, no. I was like, no, I already, the book's finished. I'm not going to write anything else. I said, just be prepared. There's going to be a demand for shirts.
You reach out to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I got a new band. Look, I can talk to this guy." No. You're done like dinner, buddy. Come up with another name like that, and we can talk.
They had a song called Lobster Claw Hand Job.
Ouch.
Ow. God, what's America?
I feel like I could just go into a stand-up club and just read excerpts from the book and probably kill, for 10 minutes.
That emotionally scarred me right there. Wow. Lobster claw hand job. Wow.
Now, when I reviewed this book on my blog, there was I came up with several of my own band names. Now, Thunder has not read this book yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple, for one of mine out there, and also maybe one from the book too.
And let me see which one's real and which one's mine.
Yeah, or maybe it might be two from the book, might be two of mine. It might be one of each. You never know.
Oh, so you just want to fuck with me?
I want to.
How about just do one of each and see how he does?
Let's see how he does. Give me one of yours and one of the other one of the.
Okay. Let me pull the book up right here. Oh, God.
There's good time in there.
Hey, you know what? I got enough for 6 volumes.
6. Oh my God.
Yeah, 6 volumes of this nonsense.
Okay, I got it. I got it pulled up right now. But before I do that, going back to what we were talking about the names and everything, and this is a point that I got at on my blog. Basically, you come up with a lot of these bands that are in the book have really good music, like Haircuts That Kill, for example. But
yeah,
I mean, do you really want that to, that crazy, messed up name and everything to represent you? I mean, I'm sure that a lot of these guys run into things like, well, a record label executive will be like, yeah, I love your music, but I'm not signing.
Or even just a local bar. It's like, look, man, I can't put your name on the sign. I mean,
on the marquee.
Right.
You take something simple as free beer. Well, you know what? I don't care if your band's free beer and you're that good, but I'm not putting free beer in my logo.
Right.
Yep.
Now think about and I made this point in my blog. What if Iron Maiden had called their band Medieval Impaling Bridge Ornament? Which is that's what an Iron Maiden is. Would we, would they be everybody's favorite metal band 30 years later? No.
Those tattoos would be difficult.
Yeah, they would.
And I'm really surprised that, that Paul Diano hasn't, he can, Paul, if you're listening, you can have that name. Medieval Impaling Bridge Ornament.
There you go.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it does make a difference, and a lot of these people don't really think about that,
Mm-hmm.
Image has a lot to do with music. But anyway, go ahead. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Ye Goat Herd Gods? Or bleeding herpes discharge in your breakfast cereal?
What was the first one?
Ye Goat Herd Gods.
That's the one from the book.
Ding, 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 ding.
Johnny, we have a winner. What do we have for you? A brand
new
Canadian. Car. Really?
Oh. Yeah, they're Canadian. They're not. You know what? I'm not crazy about the vocals, but the music is pretty good. I'm just not real crazy about the gorilla vocals.
Canadian.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one in the book, bar none, over all the other ones.
You're giving it away. You're giving it away.
Oh, there's still plenty to read. He can say it.
Actually, no. I haven't. I just, I laughed my ass off when I first read the book, but in going through it a second time here, I was like, you know what? I love this. Captain Hook and a bunch of filthy fucking pirates.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
I love that. That is awesome.
But did you see the name of their CD?
Bunch of their CD is called Bunch of Fucking Songs.
Bunch of fucking songs?
It's fucking beautiful. And the follow-up is even more fucking songs.
That is beautiful. See, now that's awesome. That's not. I mean, it's not a horrible name. It's simple, but it's to the fucking point. I love it. And yes, this episode's going to have a lot of language, so this is going to be a little disclaimer if you're squeamish or anyway.
My kids would come up to me while I was working on this, and I'd shoo them away. I'm like, no, get away. You're not allowed to look at what Daddy's typing.
No. Well, Romeo, how many kids you got, man?
Oh, just 2. But
just two.
You know, they're at that age. They're at that age where, you know, I'm like, no. I'll let you read this when you're 15. Just.
I'm in the middle there. I've got 6 kids.
Oh wow.
And I've got
you need
2
cable.
that are 18. Yeah, I know. Need a TV or something.
Exactly.
That's
what I'm saying.
I've got one that's 15 right now that has said worse things. I mean, it's just crazy than any of these bands I've heard. But anyway, and then I've got kids that are 12 and 10, and they're the ones. My 12 and 10-year-old are the ones that are really interested in what I do on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I want to hear the show. You know, I'm so proud of you. No, not yet, buddy. There's some things,
especially not this one.
Especially this one right here. But yeah.
You want to call in? Call 646-716-6135. That's 646-716-6135. Press 1 to go into the queue to talk with the 3 of us, and we'll be more than happy to have you on. We're still waiting on that mystery band to call in. If they don't call in, we'll give you the name, but we actually kind of worked out a little bit for them, so I'm hoping they will call in.
I hope they will call in, because that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you were just saying a little bit earlier that people are already asking for Volume 2.
Yeah, people are just going, when are you going to have the next one? And, you know, it's funny. I wrote the book in 4 weeks. I edited it in 3 weeks. And then I spent another 3-4 weeks, like, doing all the legwork of contacting people and getting permission. Like, if I didn't have permission, I didn't put the images in the book. Did everything above board. And the second I put the book to bed, like 5 days later, after it was finished and published, weird band names started showing up on my horizon again. I didn't even look for them. They were just there. Like Polka Dot Cadaver. And, yeah. So that's going to be in Volume 2.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, do you plan on doing any other kind of writing, any other kind of books, or, you know, you're going to ride this one for a little while and then see what goes from there? I mean, where's your writing career going to go?
Well, I got some serious stuff, too, but I like making people laugh. I'm a big fan of Louis Grizzards and of Dave Barry. So, you know, being funny isn't easy. People think that's just simple, but one of the hardest things to do was to not tell the same joke 101 times in that book. And I really think I did a good job of not repeating myself too much. I mean, I hit on the pointy letters and I hit on the gorilla vocals, but I try not to make the same point over and over again. So.
Well, and that's just. I know exactly what you're talking about there, because, like when I review albums, when I first started doing them, I would give a track by track review. Each song, right up on each song, and you have no idea how hard that is. Because, like you said, you're going to wind up. You can only say this song has blistering leads, or great twin or a pounding rhythm section, or a beautiful. You can only say that once without it seeming like you're repeating yourself in a review. So I stopped doing that.
Yeah. It's like, I got something sent to me I was listening to today. I'll go off topic a little. And it was a typical metal album. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. But in the middle, there were some nice surprises. And that's actually what I'm going to end up writing most about, is the stuff on it that was a little different and a little more arty. So I'll tell you something that you'll probably appreciate this. In 2006, my buddy was going through a divorce. So I wrote a bunch of fake classified ads for him as a joke, a bunch of fake personal ads. And he says, I wonder what would happen if you posted some of these. Well, fast forward to my accident in 2009, and I was on enough medication to think it was a good idea to start posting those personal ads. And, oh, my God, I saved all of the responses. So that might be the next thing that comes out.
That's funny as hell. I don't know what a train going by you, Thunder? What's up?
I have no idea. I just had to step outside for 2 seconds. I got wind blowing like crazy.
Oh, okay. Where you at?
I'm at my house tonight, so. But anyway.
Yeah, but where are you located?
I'm in Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay. But no, the very first one I posted was emotional Guantanamo. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what I want to hear, and I'll loosen your or what was it I had put? Do you prefer red or white wine with your duct tape? And I said nobody's going to respond to this. In the morning, I had 25 responses. So that was some funny stuff. Tell me what I want to hear, and I'll let you have a cigarette. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna definitely have to have you on for that one.
Oh, it's some funny stuff. So it'll be another quick read. Like, it'll be another 99-cent book, but it's just, you just kind of wonder what kind of people are out there. One of them I wrote about an ex-girlfriend, and that post said nuttier than squirrel shit, and all I did was describe her.
I think I know her. I might have dated her. Or her sister, at least. I mean,
everybody has.
Oh, my goodness. And they all usually have a similar name. Like Heather.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I never look back on that relationship with any sort of fondness.
Oh, man, we all have had those right there. We're like, really?
Yeah. Like, I'll see an ex on Facebook, and like, oh, that's great for her. Her husband seems nice. And then this one, like, no, never, no.
Yeah,
no.
exactly. You're still breathing. You're still wasting oxygen. Thanks.
I'm watching. I'm doing a marathon watching of the Sopranos, and I'm going to give you an idea for that book. There's that one scene where Uncle Richie is doing his fiancée doggy style, but holding a pistol up to her head.
Nice.
Now, you could see how many replies you get back on that one too.
Oh. The one website I used to post them on now requires way too many things for me to jump through, so I don't do it anymore. But when I did it, it was just I did a Star Wars theme one. I got over 2,000 responses in 8 cities. Yeah.
I love it.
Now, were you posting as a man or a woman?
Well, when I posted as a man seeking a woman, all I got was Russian spam. So, for mail order brides and webcams. So, when I posted as a woman seeking a man, I got all sorts of responses. So,
I did a prank call years back, and it was and I recorded it. I did about 4 or 5 of them. They're all pretty funny, but I didn't. They're long gone. I don't know what happened to them. But there was this ad that was on TV late night. It was for penis enlargement, and I called it. I called up and I recorded the thing, and I was obviously hoping for a woman to answer the call, and I got even better than that. I got a black woman, and the beauty of it was I called up saying that I was heartbroken and distraught because I had gone through my wife's Yahoo Messenger and a friends list, and I had found this name on there called Ebony in Ivory.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was sitting there like crying and stuff like that. And this woman, it was beautiful because, like I said, she's a black woman, but she's trying to be a psychiatrist with me. It was amazing. But she's trying to make a sale, but she's also trying to help me through this problem. Yeah. And then finally, after she was like, and if you sit down and you talk with her nicely, and find out exactly, I interrupted her. I said, does it make you bigger? Because apparently that's what she's going for. I wish I still had it, because all of them. I did about 5 of them, but
God,
it's brilliant.
You just need to post that.
Huh?
You just need to post that on YouTube or something.
I don't have them anymore. They're gone. I can do them.
Well, do it again. Find it again. Do it again. That's awesome, man.
Another one
that's
I
like
did
the whole thing where you telemarketers on you and you try and sell them your car or something like that. That's another great one. They're like, yeah, we'd like to give you this for this and that. I'm like, well, that's fine. I've got a 1995 Jeep Cherokee that I'm trying to sell too. Are you interested?
Yeah.
Stops them right in their track. I'm like, it's only got 195,000 miles on it.
I got an interesting trade. I got an 87 Yugo. It runs sometimes.
Made out of tin cans, and it's got a racetrack motor in there. It'll go. It'll get about 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's got those anti-lock. It's got the anti-lock bricks that they came with it, and that. I mean, one of them went out, so I replaced it with a cinder block.
I'm telling you, man. That's like the stupid thing where they call you and be like, "You just won a $500 gift card from Walmart. If you send me $14.95 on your credit card, we'll send it right to you." I'm like, "Well, why don't you just take the $14.95 off the card and send me $400 some odd dollars?" Oh, we can't do that. Well, I can't give you my credit card number, you dumbass.
So let's go ahead and break. It doesn't look like these guys are going to call in.
All right.
But Romeo, tell him this band's name. And this is another one that falls into the awesome category.
Hank of the Destruction Moose.
Yep.
Hank of the Destruction Moose.
And that's
Hank of the Destruction Moose.
When we come back, we're going to have a
dramatic reading.
A dramatic reading from the book, and you're really going to want to hear this. So, if you guys are listening, call during this break. We're playing your song right now, Hank of the Destruction Moose. The song is called El Dorado. These guys are from El Paso, Texas, and we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show. welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was Hank of the Destruction Moose and their song El Dorado. Great vocals on that. I mean, the writing was so brilliant and crystal clear vocals. You know, I mean, you could just that spoke to me in the way that that somebody in the next bathroom stall vomiting profusely would speak to me.
Sorry, I was finding my notes.
Huh?
I was finding my notes.
What the hell? Huh?
Hold on. I'm off speaker now. I was just warming up my vocals.
I mean, dude.
Sandpaper. I have to sing in a minute.
I love, I like thrash, real thrash music, and those guys were it. They were a very talented band. I just want to hear a singer,
Yeah.
At least a moment or two in a song. I mean, I understand throwing a little bit of that here and there.
It's just, I think the gorilla vocal thing is played out. I'd like to hear some people try to sing again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hit a note.
Yeah. You were asking about which band I thought was like up there with the worst. I'll give you one. Torso Fuck. And and it's not just Torso Fuck. They're from Finland, and the name is okay. The name is okay, offensive, whatever. But then the title of their 2004 CD is Erotic Diarrhea Fantasy.
Nice.
And then it gets worser. The songs are like mutilated for sexual purposes, worm-infested anal, raped by elephants. And it's just like,
wow.
I honestly, it's hard to offend me. It's hard to, and the thing is, I wasn't even offended by the content. I was just offended by the music being so shitty.
It's bad enough that your songs and your names, your album, and your band are that bad, but you have to put music out that's bad as well.
Yeah, it's like, look, you can't, at no point, it never elevates itself past moronic.
Just shit.
It's like.
But I listened to a few, to several of the bands when I was deciding who I was going to play tonight, and like I say, Hank of the Destruction Moose. I mean, like I said, I love thrash metal, like old school Metallica.
Yeah.
Most of Megadeth, Testament. I'm not much into Slayer, but Anthrax. All those bands like that. I mean, they're all phenomenally talented bands, and they all have one thing in common. They all play music in similar styles to what we just heard, but they all have one thing in common. They all have somebody that can sing, with the exception of Slayer.
Right.
Well, even with Slayer, but Slayer had a sense of melody, even if it was, look, Motorhead has a sense of melody.
Right.
Even if it's not Hendrix was a horrible singer, but he had a sense of melody.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah. There's plenty of examples.
Shit every time he saw him. But he had a sense of, the way he had a sense of melody, a sense of the music. And I can't stand Bob Dylan's voice. Loved his writing, but could not stand his voice.
It's funny because the moment I got my wife to like Dylan, we were on a very long drive, and I said, okay. She goes, I can't stand Dylan. I said, give him 3 songs, listen to what he says. If after 3 songs you can't stand it, I'll never ask you to listen to him again. And after 3 songs, she goes, yeah, just leave it on. She was amazed by, because forever she couldn't get past the voice.
Right.
And that's the thing right there. I mean, there's a difference there. I mean, when you're playing a guitar, if you don't like the sound of the guitar, there's no change. But with vocals, at least you have a second tier where you have a message there.
Yeah.
But still, with Bob Dylan was not a good singer. There's a lot of very famous people who didn't have good voices.
Tom Petty.
No.
Tom Petty. Even you go to the country venue with God bless America, the Man in Black.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. I think
he did not have a great voice.
I think that he had a very good. Well, okay, maybe it wasn't a great voice, but it was definitely unique.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he learned to work with what he had.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And see, going back to Hendrix. Hendrix hated the sound of his voice, and he would ask that his vocals be taken out of his headset when he was in the studio because he just couldn't stand it. But that doesn't take away from his brilliance. It just,
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
So we're gonna do this. dramatic reading so we can move on from Hank since they're not going
to
call
do you want to be Hank or do you want to be Hank or do you want to be the bar employee?
I want to be Hank because I have a feeling that you could be a better bar employee than me as far as.
Okay.
So. That's let's just on the.
Huh?
Let's just set this
Go
up.
ahead.
Yeah, set it up.
Okay. This is set up like a conversation between someone from Hank of the Destruction Moose and a bar employee. And so Bill will be from Hank, and I will be the bar employee. Okay?
Yeah, and Hank is trying to get a gig.
Yeah, he's trying to book a show.
Right.
All right.
So,
I can't wait to hear this right here.
Well,
so this is an excerpt from Your Band Is Called What? By Romeo Rodriguez.
So ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm with the band Hank of the Destruction Moose. I want to talk to
are you reading this? Are you reading it from the page?
I was on. Hold on, let me go back to the.
Oh, crap, 85.
Wasn't I?
Good job there, Cupcake.
No,
it's important that we both have the same script.
Yeah. No, what happened was the very first line is on the previous page, and I was on the next page with all the rest of it was. So
okay, I'll work with you.
No, I'm back on the right page now.
85.
Ring, 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 ring.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hey, I wanted to talk to somebody about booking a band.
Sure. What band are you with?
I'm with Hank of the Destruction Moose.
How's that? Come again?
Hank of the Destruction Moose.
That's a good.
Well, there's actually a funny story behind that. You see,
you're not the moose who was given a muffin, are you?
No, that's another moose. You see, we.
Hey, are you related to Bullwinkle by any chance?
I don't think so. See, we were hoping to book a show for.
So do you have a moose in the act, or does someone just dress up like a moose?
No, it's nothing like that. See, it's more of a.
Yeah, because that would make a mess and probably be a health code violation.
See, we normally bring about 100 to 150 people for each.
I'm thinking that the stage probably won't be able to handle that sort of thing. Have you guys thought about setting up at the Elks Lodge, maybe?
Click.
That's what I'm
Every
talking
artist
about.
has to suffer for their art. Every artist who has an unusual name. Yeah, have to.
You got to throw the disclaimer out there, Romeo.
Hold on. Okay. Author has no proof that this conversation ever took place other than his own personal experience with knuckleheaded bar owners. Hank of the Destruction Moose are a metal band from El Paso, Texas. I like them more than the other bands I didn't like, and I'm all out of silliness for this one. See the above conversation. Yeah.
The disclaimer is almost funnier than a fucking story.
Hey, that's not.
I love it.
Hey, here's one that you'll like. I'm just going to read this straight to you, but there's this great band. One of the best bands I discovered during the process was a band from Wales, Cardiff, Wales, from the late 80s, called Wild Pussy. And you think with a band with a name like Wild Pussy that it's going to be like Trickster or Poison or something gimmicky. But holy shit, I was floored. I'm just going to read to you what I wrote. Wild Pussy was another 80s band that went unnoticed by the masses. Owing their sound to the same musical forces that helped form Wolfsbane, there are twin guitar leads, some nice Iron Maiden and Saxon references without trying to be either one of those bands. From Cardiff, Wales, this is what underground metal was at its very best in the late 80s. Their 1988 Metal Anarchy release is a solid bit of metal you'd be richer for hearing. The name Wild Pussy definitely makes you think of another type of band than possibly something dumber or more gimmicky. But if I was lucky enough to find us in a record shop, I'd gladly grab it in a heartbeat. Ready to Strike and Evil Speak are both exceptional tracks. And you can stream that for free if you go to metalarchives.net and go find Wild Pussy in their list. You can follow the links, and it'll take you. You can listen to that record for free. Fucking brilliant.
What was the name of the record?
What's that?
What was the name of the record?
Metal Anarchy. It was all one word. Hold on.
What was the name of the
Metal Anarchy? Wow.
Mechanarchy. Like mechanics, Mechanarchy.
Oh, Mechanarchy.
Mechanarchy.
And what was the name of the website? Because I'm going to put that on the I'm going to put that on the event, the show page. What was the name of the website?
That was metalarchives.net. Just
okay.
And I mean, I understand why they named themselves Wild Pussy because that was what was on their mind. But really, I mean, they needed like some chest thumping name, knuckle dragging sort of. It's like Saxon and Iron Maiden in the best possible way.
Right. Well, there's a band that's out now. Well, they've been around for a long time called Nashville Pussy. And
Nashville Pussy.
Nashville Pussy,
oh,
and
Nashville
they have a female.
Pussy. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they have a female singer.
Yeah.
I was reading a story about what bands, how bands treated their groupies like shit.
Yeah.
And there was one with Nashville Pussy was part of it, and this guy, he's probably like maybe 21, 22 years old, maybe 18, 19 even, young guy. He desperately wanted to meet the band after a show, and they were like backstage, and they had one of the the roadies bring this kid in, and they told him like, okay, we're gonna go in this other room here. You sit here and spank it until you come, and I'm gonna watch, and if I like what I see, then you can hang out with us. So this guy, this kid, and now granted he wasn't drunk. Yeah, he does it, and then they told one of the roadies to go in there and tell the kid that to beat it because they didn't believe the sincerity of his performance.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Really?
That,
and I
read that years ago in a Maxim magazine, I think, and it just stuck with me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's one of those moments right there where you're like, it's not really funny.
That's just, I don't know.
That's wrong.
And the thing is, as bands fight for their audiences more and more, it's like they can't afford to treat people like that.
Right. Because you think that
like,
kids are not put anymore.
Kids who are wide open out there to do some shit that's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, as a musician, I understand that some people are out there to try and get as much for their ill actions as possible. Like Marilyn Manson. Lady Gaga kind of thing. But like Marilyn Manson, he did decent. I mean, I didn't care for his music. It was okay. But I heard of a show that, he had a theme on one of his stage things, which was kids in bondage. There were these dummies, and they're not real kids, but it doesn't matter. That kind of freaks me out. They're kind of weird.
Well, the whole point is to rattle people, But I've never been a fan of Manson's, but it's just I just never thought the music was any good. I mean, I liked one or two songs, but overall, I just thought it was.
No, it was electronic trash. I mean, I never really got into it. But yeah,
I mean,
name your band one thing, and there's a difference with doing things extreme like that. I mean, now if you understand what you're going into, like back in the day with the Genesis Tortures.
Yeah.
That was wide open, and you knew that's what you're going to see.
Well, they were mostly a talented band for the most part.
Well,
originally.
Originally, yeah.
And Guar.
See, but Guar is just a bunch of comic book characters. There wasn't a bunch of maliciousness to them. It was just a show.
That was just fun, with the alien blood and all that.
I've seen them in concert 3 times.
Well, we saw them at the power station, if you don't recall.
I remember my buddy saw them right after Shannon Hoon of Blind Melon died, and they said, "Hey, you like our new bus? We got it cheap from Blind Melon."
That's horrible.
Well, don't fucking OD on a tour bus.
All I can say is that our bus was pretty lame.
Like, don't do heroin on a
Until you
bus.
overdose, now it's okay.
See, Shannon Hoon missed the cutoff by a year. If he died at 27, we don't think he was a genius. But he died at 28.
Well, that's like the guy from Drowning Pool. He puts up a song,
yeah.
but the bodies hit the floor and hits the floor not too long after that.
Yep. I
remember when he died, it was so horrible because so many people were doing parodies. Guess whose body hit the floor? Guess who's... I'm like, oh, my goodness. Oh.
Well, that's... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Thunder, before this book, did you have prior to hearing this book, did you have a favorite horrible band name?
I did. I had a couple of there. The Spicy Chicken Butt Nuggets were one of them.
Wow, where were they from?
They weren't from that was in my head.
Oh, okay.
I told my, we need to do some... But no, I have never, I've seen a few here and there, but I've never gone and looked and gone that deep into it, my wife and I are thinking about writing a book about tattoos. You see all these people on TV, and they've got a tattoo that, flashes here and there. And I'd like to do a book on, famous people tattoos and what they mean to them.
Yeah.
But, this right here, what you've done, this is comedy and realism all in one.
Well, and it can also be horror if you're...
Yes, horror, too.
if you're taking literally something like the asbestos tampons.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That one right there is above and beyond right there, yes.
Candy Striper Death Orgy.
What's that?
Candy Striper Death Orgy.
They're a really good Second City Slayer. Candy Striper Death Orgy is one. It's the words just flow really well together. But they, when I say Second City, it's like they're good. They're just not going to break out of. They're going to hit that certain level, and that's it.
This is our bar band.
Yeah. But a really, really good band. Like if you went and saw them live, you wouldn't be disappointed. Like Elf Blend from Brazil, which has got to be one of the queerest names ever. But they are like a Second City Iron Maiden. If you check them out on YouTube, they're really, really good. They need a second guitar player, and they need 6 months of solid touring. Aside from that, the songwriting is really great and really, just enjoyable.
Yeah. Unlike Goat Vomit 666.
Oh, I got a nice note from that guy. I asked him not to put a spell on me.
Look, man, I got enough bad luck. Look, I'm just writing a book, fucker. Leave me alone, all right?
Well, he was very polite. He sent me artwork without even asking what the book was, Next time around, it's going to be a little trickier.
Their logo looks like a helmet. The helmet is dead center. You can see the eyes with the eye piece of like eyebrows above the eyes, and you can see the top of the helmet. But it looks like a helmet walking through a bunch of weeds or something. And you cannot even tell. I think I see an M, and that's it. Other than the, that's the only letter I can tell. And I don't. Oh, there's the 3 6s. Okay, I can see them now. But
yeah. What I could also do a collection of is all the thank you notes I got. I got thank you notes from Pig Rectum, Venereal Messiah, Demon Dog Sperm. Yeah.
And just the further that we go into this, the more I just sit here and shake my head. And I just, and I shouldn't be surprised. Look, I'm 40 years old, and I've heard some shit. I'm a bartender. Been doing that for 20 years.
And there's more. There's more.
I know. I shouldn't shake my head anymore. I should have heard it all.
Yeah.
pile of maggot-infested viscera.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for cum-guzzling dumpster whore. I mean, I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
That's probably going to be a volume 3 or 4.
That's going to be my band right there.
See, and that's, the thing is, I didn't do it alphabetically, but my ultimate plan is, once this is all said and done, and I'm done with the whole big project, I will probably do like one big encyclopedia alphabetically.
Which would be awesome. A to Z. Your band called.
Yeah, volumes 1 through 7.
All right, so when I start my next band, I'm going to name them Cum-Guzzling Dumpster Whores, and I'll be on page 176 or some shit like that.
There you go.
You know, I'm just going to throw out the rest of the ones that I had here, because I came up with the ones that are on my blog, but there's also a few more. I have homosexual siblings who want to adopt. Now that kind of sounds like a Jerry Springer episode, but still, it could. You know, there's names on here that, you know, in your book that sound like it could be a reality show. Like
yeah.
Let's see. And I just had it up, and we've got a fuzz box, and we're going to use it. Another one. This would be good for a female band. Sluts who look worse at closing time. Okay, cricket's chirping on that one.
Actually, speaking of which, you've heard of the band Fuel, right?
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, pretty decent-sized band. His wife, Brett Sky is the lead singer of Fuel. His wife, her name's Abby. She's got a band with one of the coolest names I've ever heard for a female band.
What's
the name of the band's called Slunt.
What?
It's called Slut?
Slunt. You take the two most offensive words that a woman can hear, slut and cunt, and put them together. Slunt.
Oh, Slunt. Nice.
And then they're kind of a death metal kind of band. And then they're actually really, really good. Check them out on YouTube. But yeah, that's the name of the band, Slunt.
Nice. I was in Santa Barbara, and I was having a beer one afternoon with this girl, and the bartender, I was talking to her, and we're talking about punk rock, and she goes, "Oh, I play in a punk band." I said, "What's the name of your band?" She goes, "Queef." I proposed to her on the spot. She turned me down.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you right there. It's like, I love you.
I was it. I was like, I just, what else? I'm like, I squeezed toothpaste from the middle. What else do I need to know? It's like, I love you. You're perfect.
Well, that's like my wife. God love her. She's got a degree in nursing. She's smart as a whip. But no common sense. When I first moved up here 7 years ago, my stepson was 7 years old and learning to play the drums a little bit.
Yeah.
With my brother-in-law. He plays guitar a little bit. He's the one that knows, a few people in the music industry. But anyway, we're over there playing one night, and I'm playing some bass, and my stepson's playing the drums. We come home, and I look at my wife, and I'm like, do you know what your brother told your son the band name was that they were in? And she's like, no. I'm like, Money Shot. And she's like, oh, that sounds like a cool name. And I'm like, do you know what that means? You have a 7-year-old running around saying that he's in a band called Money Shot. She goes, what's a money shot? I'm like, have you ever watched a pornographic video? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you know the point where it's on your face? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's the money shot. And she's like, oh. She called her brother right there. She's like, what are you doing? My 7-year-old running around saying he's in a band called Money Shot. Beautiful.
God. Yeah.
And the greatest thing of this whole thing, he goes to a Christian school, a private school.
Of course he does.
So he's telling all his teachers, all his friends, that him and his uncle are in a band called Money Shot.
Money Shot. Yeah, I'd pay good money to watch that.
There's a way out of there's a way that bands don't have to name their act something like this, and I'm going to do a little bit of a public service announcement here.
Are you going to build a wheel that they can spin?
Do you need some music in the background? A little violin or something in the background, like an ASPCA commercial?
No, I'm good.
I'm just trying to help.
No, basically, if you want a good name for a band, log on to any website that has CAPTCHAs. these are some names that I've come up with off of captchas that I've written down over the when I saw them. These are a couple of these are like a year old. You got Absalon Vex, Razor Lopper. It doesn't mean anything. It's something I pulled off of a captcha, but it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Absalon Vex, Razor Lopper, and Crevalis 976.
There you go.
8675309. Oh, sorry. I heard numbers,
Crevalis 976. I mean, that's
I have a question for you.
All three of those are pretty cool sounding band names. So there you go.
All right,
instead of naming your band Screaming Satanic Pythons with AIDS and Gangrene, just go to a website and start flipping through the captchas.
Okay.
I tried waking up my girlfriend by poking my hand with a sharp pin. I mean,
yeah. When I first the guitar player from the Replacements, the guy, he's dead now, Bobby Stinson. His girlfriend's band was called My Uncle's Butt Trick.
Butt crack,
just,
butt
butt trick. Yeah. Again.
And I understand trying to use a little bit of shock value to get people interested in you, but you have to understand when you're doing that, there is a little bit of a line. You can't go too far.
Don't tell these bands that. No, that's perfectly reasonable. And then, one of the bands I read about is like, what are you going to tell your mom the band is called?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. Well, even if you watch the Behind the Music on Megadeth, it has Dave Ellefson's mom on there, and she's talking about when he first called her up and said that he was in a band, and his mom says, well, what's the name of the band, sweetheart? Oh, it's Megadeth. And I thought, okay, well, here we go.
Seriously, when you call your mom, I just started a new band. What's the name of the band? Well, we're vaginal secretions and a dumpster with a dead guy and some mealworms. What? What was that? Vaginal secretions on a dead guy filled with mealworms.
Homeless sex in a dumpster. It's like, no, not what did you do last night.
What's the name of your
band? Yeah.
I fucked her and buried her. It's a great band.
On metalarchives.net, there's a search engine, and you can type in, one word, and it'll bring up everything related to it. Type in steel or iron, and you'll be amazed at what comes up. Yeah. Steel rainbow, iron swan. Oh, Lord. There's a million iron graves. It's like
iron penis flytrap.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all out there.
Yeah.
These are things that will give you nightmares, or give you images that you never thought you'd have. And I kind of like it, sick, sadistic way. I mean, that's horrible.
My favorite. Oh, you'll appreciate this. Let me see if I can find this. I can do it justice and read it to you. This band from Mexico that's pretty good, called Sadistic Zeekness. And, oh, Lord. I wish again, this is where that whole alphabetized thing would have come in great.
Or at least a table of contents.
Yeah, well,
like page 13, I'm right here.
Yeah. Well, Sadistic Zeekness sounds like Exodus and Testament and a lot of first-generation thrash bands. But when I spent the first paragraph talking about how I used to work with here we go. Sadistic Zeekness. I used to work with a Brazilian guy with a hair lip. A lot of the words he said sounded like this band's name. I didn't always know what he was talking about. I had to be careful not to just say yeah when I was half listening to something he asked, because I would find myself having committed to some ridiculous plans to help his distant cousin move all weekend, or I'd wind up stuck watching a bad movie at his house. Nice enough guy, though.
See, that's exactly the way I felt when I moved here to West Tennessee from Florida. Because of people here, which kills me the most. I heard a comedian say one time, you know what? Everybody's so worried about Mexicans coming up to America, their accent. They came from a guy in Tennessee that was, one, state executive, you know what I'm talking about, and he said tornado.
He said what?
Tornado. He said tornado. Who has the worst accent here? I come up here. Seriously, this is the same thing right there. When you're talking to this guy, you don't understand. Look, when I first moved up here to Tennessee from Florida, no clue what they were talking about.
Yeah, English is a second language in them parts.
That part's right there. Dude, I live in the country. Look, I'm out in the sticks, man. I come from Cocoa Beach, Florida. There's no accent, except New York accent. All the people down there on vacation or whatever. But look,
yep.
Get the fuck. I come up here, and people are like, that's ruined. I said, what?
Yeah.
That's ruined. Did you just step on something? I don't know what you're saying here.
Yeah, it's like, I completely get what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that sounded so nice right there. You're like, why am I still on the show?
Yeah, you'll appreciate this. I did an article on a band from West Virginia a while back. Lord, I wish I could remember their name and give them a plug. Good band.
Did you ask about their girlfriends?
Yes. But one of the lead singer's name was Famine. And I'm like, that's a pretty cool name. And I'm looking at the band, and there's one guy that weighs like $140, $135, and I'm thinking, that's got to be Famine. But no, that was like Abaddon or something. Famine weighed like $175. And so what I read about Famine was that he ought to change his name to Buffet or Famine Relief or
Anti-Famine. That's like me. I'm not a small guy. Plenty,
something.
I'm a small guy. I'm 5'6", but I weigh about 210. I'm pretty big guy right here. I want to get a shirt that says I beat anorexia.
There you go.
Just to fuck with people right there, Let's have a run for that.
Anorexia Ponderosa. I have anorexia Ponderosa.
I wish we had a Ponderosa up here.
There's a band name.
That is a band name.
You have you have I Beat Anorexia, and the album cover could be Clarissa Flockhart hooked up to a freaking air compressor with the and you get one of those little one of those little 3D things to where you hold it in one direction and it shows one thing, and you twist it and it shows another one.
Yeah.
I'll just put the air thing into my belly button. I'll put an air gauge in my asshole right there with that sticking straight the fuck out.
See, okay, one of the bands in the book is called Anorexic Cannibals. And I said they should tour with Bulimia Banquet and Six Fat Dutchmen. Because, they can have their own culinary-themed tour. They could be sponsored by the Food Network.
They could right there. Or just call them Dying Vegetarians.
Anorexic Cannibals isn't that bad of a name. It's just...
No.
It's like, really, what are you thinking? I mean, is there a reason, Why are you going hungry?
There's so many chickens in that goddamn world. Why are you not eating one?
Exactly.
There'll be another great band called, Ethiopian Chicken. Fastest animal in the world.
Yep.
There's another band that I just found on here, and I didn't remember this one before, but this has got
they're all keepers.
The Anal Treatment Triple X Experience.
Yep.
So how many? How many? Do you know how many of these have been sold yet?
You know what's amazing?
I know.
What's amazing to me?
What's that?
That there's enough of these bands to write a book on.
6 books.
It's not 2 or 3. It's not 7 or 8. There's not like, all right, well, if I go to Atlanta, I'm going to find 1 or 2 here. And, if I go to Chicago, there might be another band here. And if I go to Norway, there's a band here. You have in your first book, in a 4-month period, that you did your research, you said 4 months to write the book.
About 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You came up with 100+ bands.
I knocked this sucker out in 4 weeks. I sat down one night to write them.
That means that in 4 weeks you found 100 people. Look, they can't do that in Family Feud.
I found more than that. I found because I narrowed it down to 107. It says the book is 101, but It's 107, and it's just, like I said, I got a whole other folder that's just like, really just daggers.
I have a question for you real quick. You must feel like Jerry Springer to an extent.
Yes.
And look back at yourself and go, I must be okay because I didn't think of that shit.
You know what? With all the grindcore, there is so much reference to violent pornography that I felt I was just like I felt nasty, like even I was like I felt just disgusted by it. Like
by the end of this process, really, I mean seriously, were you not sickened by some of this? You're just like, wow, really?
Yeah. Like Torso Fuck was one of the bands that really sickened me. Because it's just gratuitous at that point. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's just, you're being vulgar to be vulgar, and it's not even witty.
And right, you just being like, yeah, exactly.
It's just like, okay, there's a one band called Mango Clit, who I hate to admit were pretty good. But like I didn't care for the rape images in their song, just because I had heard one too many. It was
right, it's like you know, enough's enough. I mean, that goes with anything. I mean, you have bands that play
that's
too
all
many
they do.
songs. You know, enough's enough. You know what I'm talking about. You have a band there. All right, well, it's about this, and you know, you broke my heart. Well, here's a rose, and every song's like that, and that's sickening in itself. But then when you go to an extreme like that, and you're saying rape or whatever, I mean, I understand doing one song about it and talking about the ramifications and how it works or what's the have is one thing, but to do it over and over again and glorify it.
And like, there's a band called Throat Plunger. They're horrible, and it's just like that's all he wrote about was like violent porn. And it's just like it wasn't one song; it was every song.
And you know, you're like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah. A really good band that's worth checking out, Los Peos del Diablo, which means the devil's farts. They're from Chile, and they sound like Suicidal Tendencies, 1988.
I love Suicidal.
Yeah, Los Peos. Peos is spelled P-E-O-S.
Is their bass player like Trulio? Is he plays slap bass and funk and just...
Yeah. Well, they're from Argentina. There's one song on YouTube that you can find, and it's like, you'll hear it and you're going to want more. They sing in Spanish. They're from Chile or from Argentina. Fun. And you just go, wow, this band really could have done something.
My favorite album of all times, I want to throw it out there. To me, I loved Suicidal Tendencies, Lights, Camera, Revolution.
Yeah.
What was the name of that band? I'm gonna put them on the show page.
Los Peos, L-O-S-P-E-O-S, del Diablo, the devil's farts. Number 25.
Love Suicidal, man. And I love really good band back in those days.
Yeah.
And what's the? I've got Peo del Diablo and Los Peos del Diablo, Liber Thrasher.
What's that?
Liber Thrasher is the name of the song.
That's the only one you're going to find.
Okay, I'm going to find that one.
Number 4, A Tu Puta Cara, In Your Fucking Face. They're from southern Spain. They sound like metal thrash. Yeah, they're from southern Spain. They sing in Spanish. They sound like metal thrashing era, Mad era to Anthrax. Another really good band. And it's just
how
like,
do you say that in Spanish again?
A Tu Puta Cara.
See, that sounds just badass right there. You know, that's like in America we say, what do you listen to? Metallica.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
A Tu Puta Cara.
Quite that. A Tu Puta Cara. What do you listen to? A Tu Puta Cara. You got to put the devil horns with that. I mean, just like, that's not even a bad bang. That's a in-your-face fucker.
Yeah, and when you hear them, you're going to love them. You're absolutely going to, you can check them out on Facebook, you can check them out on Bandcamp or Reverb Nation. They're just absolutely one of the best bands worth listening to on the album. There's about 30 bands worth checking out in this book. Yeah, okay, they got silly names, but whatever.
You know what is the fun thing is just talking about the silly names. The real thing is there are real musicians out there doing it. The sad thing is those silly names might slow them down. You know?
Yeah.
There's only been a couple bands out there that, you know, have made it with silly names like Green Jello. We all knew Dead Serious who should have made it.
Yeah, he should have. But
there's some other consequences in there. But, I mean, it's sad when you have... I mean, the music we listened to tonight was really, really good.
And we got
one.
Yeah,
but when you name your band, you know, 3 Second Pussy Fart.
That's a pretty good name.
That is.
I see somebody using that.
Well, you know what? But I mean, seriously, you can't put it on the marquee. You can't use it. I mean, it kind of messes you up right there. You can't put that on a CD. You can't be there in FYI and looking through the CD and go, oh yeah, do you have any 3 Second Pussy Fart here? You kind of
can't
do
call
it
up.
yourself.
Do you have the new release by 3 Second Pussy Fart? I beg your pardon.
Yeah, right. Now, I like that.
That was just on the top of my head. That was great right there. And try not to say that again. 3 Second
one thing that we haven't touched on is like, you know, the other side of this. Every band, you know, their members have their girlfriends. I mean, you know, what decent woman is gonna hey, what band is your boyfriend play in? Oh, well, he's the bass player for Bleeding Herpes Discharge and Your Breakfast Cereal.
Yeah. Genital discharge. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Burying the fuck trophies.
Yeah.
Anal herpes and the, you know, scum buckets or whatever. I mean, but the funny thing is, you know, as long as we're alive, there's going to be those people who's going to put that out there.
Yeah. Well, you know, and some of it's going to be worth listening to it, and some people are well aware that they're being stupid, and some people think that it's genius.
Yeah.
And the people who think that it's genius is what kills me. The people who do it for fun, God love you.
Gotta interrupt.
Shock value.
Gotta interrupt.
Understand.
In 60 seconds, the show off the air, and anything that's said after that, it'll be on the archive. So let's go ahead and wrap it up real quick, and then we're gonna play one last song and wrap it up.
We're really at the end of the show already?
Yeah. Yep. We're about to hit the OT right now.
Thanks to Thunder. Thanks for having me on. Romeo Rodriguez. And my book is called, Your Band is Called What? It's the best thing you're going to buy for 99 cents this week.
And it's available on Amazon.
The name of the book is called, Your Band is Called
Your Band is Called What?
Yeah. What?
And it's available on Amazon. So go pick it up, 99 cents. And thanks, Thunder, thanks, Romeo, and we're gonna wrap it up and send it out here with the Admiral of Sir Cloudesley Chevel.
God love you guys.
But you know what? These guys are actually pretty good. They sound like an old Deep Purple, old Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden.
Status Quo.
Yeah, that genre. So they're pretty cool. So thanks everybody. We're going to wrap it up, and we will see you next week. As always, if you want your band on here, send me an email at willtelltale@gmail.com. Y'all have a good one, and take it out of here, Admiral.
Well, all right, guys, I appreciate it.
Right. I'm going to try that when my wife gets home. It's a better economy, honey. I'm going to get divorced. Yeah.
I mean, are they saying that divorce creates a better economy because more divorced people?
I didn't read the story because our guest is going to be calling in here in just a minute. But
that's something, it's just one of them stupid things, man.
I mean,
we're kind of going all over the place tonight so far, man.
Yeah, like a drunk driver.
Yeah.
Well, let me cover my eye.
And Thunder show. Yeah, exactly. Let me cover my eye. That brings back memories right there.
No, we never went drinking and driving. Nope, we were good.
Never.
Lads. We were good lads.
And we do not endorse drinking and driving at all.
No. Drinking and driving the next day, that's fine.
Depends on how close the next day is.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to do this whacked out band names. I really.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear. I didn't get a chance to read the entire book. I've just heard bits and pieces of it, and I'm gonna purchase it this evening when we get done with the show or tomorrow. Because I know we're not going to get to go through all 100 of them or 101 plus.
Nah.
But just some of the ones that I've heard so far are just. It's so bizarre.
And we're going to be playing 3 of them for you. Three of the ones that, crazy name, but the music is actually really good.
And that's the thing, as I said, it's kind of hard to come up with a band name. And then the thing is, you'll try and come up with something catchy and funny, and a lot of times it doesn't come out that way to other people.
No.
You think it's funnier, and damn it.
Well, it would be like, it would be like making an inside joke, naming your band after an inside joke between you and the bass player or whatever.
And nobody knows. You're like, what's that mean? Oh, nothing. It's so funny, though.
Like,
okay.
Like, your band is sitting there in the bar, and, all of a sudden the announcer comes on and says, hey, coming up next we've got blah, and you hear crickets chirping, but you and the bass player are sitting there laughing your asses off.
That's so funny. Yeah, okay, thanks for playing.
All right, we've got our guest here, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we're gonna play a song from a band that he talks about in his book. That's Romeo Rodriguez, and the book's called Your Band is Called What? With a big question mark at the end. And this song,
what?
The band is called Haircuts That Kill. They're from Belgium, and the song is called Into Red Eyes. So take a listen to this.
I wonder if they lost something in translation there. Haircuts That Kill.
Well, the lyrics are in English. So, but we'll be right back. We'll be right back with Mr. Romeo Rodriguez.
Romeo.
welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was Haircuts That Kill with Into Red Eyes. I like that.
Actually, the song was really good.
Yeah.
Music was awesome on that one.
And we've got our guest here with us, Mr. Romeo Rodriguez. How's it going, bud?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice to be here. Hey.
Thank you very much. They like it too.
Hey, the adoring masses finally come around.
That's right. Finally. So how are we making it, man? How's things going for you?
I'm sorry, one more time?
How's things going for you, man? How you making it today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm fighting this cold, but, other than that, I'm in a pretty good mood. I was listening to Haircuts That Kill, and nice guys from Belgium. And I sent them, I did everything myself, and they're one of the bands that I didn't lie to anybody. When they said, so what's the title of your book? There'd be a long silence of a couple of days before you hear back from people. It's yeah, your band is called what? And I'm like, they'd say, can you send us what you wrote? I'm like, no. But you know what? I did say nice things about you, and I did say that your music is really good. You just got a silly name is all. And they finally they had a band meeting about it and said, okay, you can goof on us.
That's awesome, man. That must have been fun doing the research on a book like this, I don't even know I don't even know where you'd begin. I mean, with the internet nowadays, I guess it's kind of easier. But just to find some of this stuff.
I found this website I give them thanks in the very back, called Encyclopedia Metallum, which is metalarchives.net, and that's why there's so much metal in this book. But it looks like Volume 2. People are already asking for Volume 2. Is going to have more new wave and other stuff, but. This one is very heavy on the metal. A lot of grindcore.
Yeah. Right. Which there, you have to expect there's going to be people out there, especially with the heavy sounds and the undertones and everything. You're going to find some of the better names in that kind of music anyway.
Oh God! And so much of the music is just really unlistenable.
Now I'm